Hi everyone, I'm Suyin and today I'm just going to make a video to show you how to make this hat. It's the women's peaked hat from Yarnspirations.com, and there's been a lot of interest in this hat and people wanting a tutorial for it, so I thought I'd just give it a go. So you can download the pattern from Yarnspirations.com quite easily, and the materials you need are 100 grams of worsted weight yarn, 205 yards, and you also need a 5mm crochet hook. So let's begin. First of all, you need to make a slip knot, then 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and then you want to do a slip stitch into the first of the 3 chains, so you now have a little ring. So round 1, we need 3 chains, and then 7 double crochet into the ring. So that's 1, 2, 3, the first 3 chains counts as your first double crochet. So you want to join the ring up and you want to make a slip stitch into the third of the first 3 chains. So now you should have 8 double crochets in your circle. And now we'll move on to round 2. So do 2 chains. Now these 2 chains don't count as double crochet. It's just there so that when you make a join, it looks like you've made an invisible join on your rounds. So now you need to do the front post double crochet, and you need to do 2 of them in each of the double crochets in your first round. So in order to do that, you just need to do yarn over, and instead of like doing a normal double crochet where you would crochet into the top of the chain and pull through and do your double crochet as normal, what you would do is yarn over and then bring your hook behind the post of the first 3 chains with your double crochet, and that's why it's called front post. And you can see when you put your hook through behind the post and then through the front, you have the post of the double crochet in front of your hook. So then yarn over, pull the loop through, and then double crochet as normal. So that's your first front post double crochet done. Now you need to do 2 of these in each of the double crochets of the first round so that you end up with 16. So when you get to the last front post double crochet that you have done, you now need to join the circle. So that's the first 2 chain that you would have done initially, but you want to join into the top of the first front post double crochet that you did, which is this one. So just put your hook through and do a slip stitch. So that's it. That's the second round done. So you should have now 16 stitches round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Let's go on to round 3 now. And chain 2 as you did before, but remembering that it's not a stitch. So in this round, you need to do 1 double crochet front post around each of the next 2 double crochet front posts. So let's do that. So that's the first one, 1, 2, and then you need to do a double crochet in the space between the last front post double crochet and the next. So you need to do a double crochet in here. And then just repeat round. So 2 front post double crochets into the front post double crochets in the round below, and then 1 double crochet, normal double crochet in the space between the 2. So then let's do that again. 1, 2, and then 1 in between the 2. 1 normal double crochet. So we're just going to do this all the way around until we get to the beginning of the round, where we will join with a slip stitch. So I've come to the end of the round, so now I'm going to join into the first double crochet stitch with a slip stitch and pull it through. So now we're going to go on to round 4. So chain 2 as you would every round. The beginning is chain 2 at the moment. And in this round you need to do 1 double crochet front post around the next double crochet front post, 1 double crochet into the space between the first and the second double crochet front post. So let's just do that. So 1 crochet, double front post double crochet into the first stitch, and then you need to do 1 double crochet in the space between the first and the second. So that's the first and that's the second. So you, in this space you need to do 1 double crochet in here, a normal double crochet. So it can be a bit confusing because you're doing front post double crochets and double crochets in the same round. And then you do a front post double crochet in the next stitch, and then you will have a normal double crochet from the round below, so just do a normal double crochet into that stitch. Okay, so this is what you need to repeat all the way around. So you need to do a front post double crochet into the first front post double crochet in the round below, like so. Then you need to do 1 normal double crochet in the space between the first 2 double crochets, so that's 1. And then you need to do another front post double crochet in the front post double crochet, and then a normal double crochet in the normal double crochet there. Okay, so let's do that again. So front post double crochet, then a double crochet in between the space, and then another front post double crochet, and then a double crochet into the normal double crochet. So when you're looking at double crochets and all the stitches, you can see that the V here looks like it's before this front post double crochet. That is actually the stitch of that front post double crochet. And the same with the normal double crochets. See the V here? It looks as though it's in the stitch before, but actually this V belongs to that. So when you're crocheting, you need to crochet into that. That is the stitch that you need to crochet for that post or that double crochet. So the repeat was front post double crochet into the first front post double crochet, normal double crochet into the space between, and then another front post double crochet, and finishing then with a normal double crochet. So that's your repeat round. So I'm just going to finish the round, and then I'll video again when I come to the join at the top. So I'm nearly at the end of the round where I'm going to join, so then we've completed round 4. But I just wanted to show you something that I noticed as I was crocheting around. Now when you're looking at this video and we're doing the rounds, obviously there's a lot of stitches, so go ahead and pause the video and do all the stitches that you need to get the way around, and don't let the video run, because then the next thing I show will be round 5 and you wouldn't be in time to do that, because I'm pausing myself as I'm pausing the recording as I finish the round myself. So so I'm going to do the next the repeat again. So I'm going to do a front post double crochet, 1 double crochet in the space, and another front post double crochet. But what I just noticed as I was crocheting around was that finishing the last repeat of the stitches that we need to do, as we're crocheting into the V that looks like it's before the real stitch, when you've done it, it looks like you've got a post here. So then the tendency is, and I nearly did it just now, was to do a front post double crochet into this double crochet. But actually, you need to then skip this stitch, because you've already used it, you've already double crocheted into the stitch on top. So really you want to go to onto the next stitch, even though it's not technically the next stitch, but it looks like it's skipping this stitch and going on to that one. So I just thought I'd point that out to you. So we need to do front post double crochet here, a normal double crochet in the space, another front post double crochet, and then double crochet into the normal double crochet, So now see, when you've done that, it looks like this is the next stitch, but actually this is not the next stitch, it's the stitch that you have already worked on. So you need to go onto that one, which is a front post, then a normal DC, and then a front post DC, and then the last one in here, which is a normal DC, and then you're going to join. Remember your first 2 stitches, don't join into there, join into the top of your first front post DC and do a slip stitch. So that's round 4 done. And you should have 32 stitches, just to check. All right, so the round 5 now. So 2 chains, and then you need to do 1 front post DC around the next front post DC, 1 DC into the next DC, 1 DC front post DC around the next front post DC, and then 2 DCs into the next. So that's the repeat all the way around. So 1 front post DC into the front post DC, 1 DC into the normal DC, and then another front post into the next stitch, which was a front post anyway. And then this DC here, you want to do an increase. So you need to do 2 DCs. 1, 2. Okay, let's do that again. So front post, double crochet, normal double crochet, another front post double crochet, and then this double crochet you need to do 2. 1, 2. So let's do that again. Front post, double crochet, front post, oops, see, I nearly made a mistake there. So I've done that one. It's this front post that I want. And then 2 DCs into this. So I'm going to work the way around this round until we get to the top, to the beginning of round 5. So go ahead and pause the video, and then I'll meet you at the end of round 5.